Hey guys, it's the vwnut Garage. We're here with Daisy, but today we are here on the business of tightening the belts on my snowblower. I've never done it before, so that's why I thought I'd bring you guys along with me. So I'll go get the snowblower out of its icy wilderness and drag it into the garage here, and we'll take the cover off and see what we can do about tightening some belts. Sorry for the wind, but I had to show you guys the ice. The icy path. Like, it is kind of got some gription to it. The Volkswagen hood sled is fully encased in a sheet of ice. Sorry for the noise and the wind. Alright, so on this particular snowblower, there's two 10mm bolts holding this cover in. On this particular snowblower, there's only one. So we'll get the 10mm out and we'll take that cover off and we'll look at getting some belts tightened on there. This is like the fourth season I think on this used snowblower for me. So it's done a pretty good job so far. We'll probably rebuild her all in the summertime. It'd be a good thing for Sage to do. Learn how to rebuild this here snowblower. So I'll get the 10mm and I'll bring you guys right back. Alright, like I said, it's just a couple of 10mm right here. They say the windshield here is pretty cold today. Not too bad in the shop. I did find that if I felt like it was cold in the shop, I'd just go outside for a little while and then come back in the shop, and the shop seemed amazingly warm. All right. So it's probably time for some new belts. I can see that I'm only running one of the two belts right now. So there's let's see if I can't get you guys over there and show you. There's one more 10mm over here that kind of keeps these belts where they should be. So I am going to need to remove that so that I can slip this here belt by there. So we'll do that. It's right down here. You can see it when looking down inside there. I'll show you that. It's way, where are you guys at? It's way down in there. Alright, so I got that second belt back on there, and this is the handle that controls the auger, and you can see that it probably needs a little more tension on it just from the gate. And this one too has an adjustable. Alright, so let me tip you guys down just a little bit. Right out there. So this is the tensioner pulley, and that was the nut that fell somewhere, but we'll get to that. And it sits on here, and it's what provides tension. Hold on and I'll take you guys off of there. I'll show you what I'm talking. Alright, so that's that pulley, and you can see that the hole is oval. So I've slid it all the way over there where it's supposed to be, I think. Or at least where it makes the belt a little bit tighter. And we'll tighten it right back up here. Hopefully without busting any knuckles. Maybe. Alright, so here's where I'm looking. I'm just going to take that lock nut loose and tighten that up on the threads, which will give us a little bit more pull and keep her together for the rest of this winter. Alright, so let's see if I got any of the right sizes. Probably not. Most definitely none of them. Alright, so I think I have the right size now. Yeah, that worked. All right, so as you can see, there's much more tension on this belt than there was. Make sure that we don't blow nothing out. That should be plenty tight for the snow blowing that we're doing. Now we'll get to putting a little bit more tension on this one. Okay, this bolt is spring loaded, so I figured I better turn on the camera because probably it's going to shoot the other way. I told you guys to keep your eye on it. As soon as I turned the camera off, it went shooting across the tractor there, and I lost it. All right, so what I did was just put a longer spring on there to stretch the spring from right there around to this hole. I know it's kind of hard for you guys to see, and that went ahead and put more tension on that belt. So that should run just fine for this year. Should be no problems. We'll put the cover back on, and then I'll show you what we're going to do to mark out and punch some holes. Alright, so the cover went on no problem. We'll put this last 10mm bolt in here. Maybe we'll get this in here. Alright, you should be ready to go. Get you guys set up and I can show you what I'm doing about punching some holes. Alright, so you guys are looking at the pan for Daisy. I asked my friend Musty One about how far apart I should put these, and he said 3 inches should be good. So I'm going to go ahead and set up a little jig, and I'm going to mark myself out every 3 inches along this pan, and then we're going to punch some holes. And should be ready to get put in there pretty soon. So I just got a regular tape measure and a red Sharpie, just red because that's what I grabbed first. And I'm just going along the pan here and just making a mark every 3 inches. This part of it doesn't have to be exact. I'd like to get it close just so everything was uniform, but it should stay together pretty good. Alright, so you guys are looking down the edge of the floor pan on the bench, and this hole puncher here that I borrowed from the Musty One tool loan and rental place has a gauge that only allows you right here to put it in the material so far, so that you can, let me make sure you can see my fingers, so that you can uniformly place them depth away from the edge. So we'll get to snapping some holes. Alright, so here's what I did. I just cut myself some strips of the pan gasket, and I'm going to take the drill here. I'm just going to drill a hole. Then I'm going to take it and I'm going to set it right there where it needs to be. The new hardware kit comes with the bolts that have the kind of alignment tip for them. So that hole will help get all that whole process started. And I'm just going to go through, there's 4 or 5 of them here, and we'll just do them Alright, so I switched to a little shorter socket to work out amazing. All right, so I got the piece of rubber in there. I'm in between that last hole, and it's giving me a little bit of grief. So we're gonna go ahead and try and see what we can do about helping that thing move around a little bit. All right, guys. So after much struggle, we ended up getting the next one down, not that one. Only because I just didn't want to, so I didn't want to force it. So we'll get these tightened back down. All right, so we got the pan gasket under all 4 of those. We got the holes punched in here at about 3 inches apart. And we got the snowblower ready for the next snowstorm. So that's going to do it for this very cold day at the vwnut garage. We'll see you on the next one.